All right, the Lakers mess here. What the hell happened the other day, and what happens moving forward with this franchise?
Well, it's still, the more people you talk to in and around the Lakers organization, the more you get the sense that what it was is what it is. And what I mean by that is Magic Johnson wasn't holding anything back when he articulated why he was walking away from that team. And if you're familiar with the history of Magic Johnson, I know you are, you covered him extensively as a player in the 90s. In 1994, he quit coaching because he kind of didn't feel like doing it anymore, didn't like the challenge of it. 1998, that terrible TV show he did. He quit that. In the aftermath, all you heard about was how he wasn't committed to it, and the show was a disaster from start to finish. It's a lot of work to be an NBA executive, a top-level NBA executive. It's not just kind of sitting back, watching games, making picks, and waiting for free agents to want to flock to you. You've got to hop on planes and go scout the next Giannis in Greece. You've got to go to low-level college games to find the next Kyle Kuzma, or the next great second-round pick that fleshes out your roster. I don't think, and this is based on a few conversations I've had, I just don't think Magic had the heart for it and had the desire to do it on a daily basis. And, we can have a different conversation about the lunacy of going out there and quitting without telling your boss or anybody in the organization, the insanity of sitting in a 3-hour meeting the day before and not articulating at all that you might not be part of this team going forward. That's a separate conversation. But why he quit, I just think he didn't want to do it anymore. He decided it's more fun just being Magic Johnson.
There's something else to this story, Chris. There has to be. You don't have a 3-hour meeting and then all of a sudden go down the elevator and go, I think I'm going to quit. That it just doesn't happen. There has to be something else going on.
I don't know. I mean, you've heard the speculation. I haven't been able to figure out exactly what is true and what's not true with this report about some kind of ESPN story about something going on behind the scenes out there. Maybe there's something to it. But even if there was, Dan, that might explain the abruptness of the decision to quit because, nobody was clamoring for Magic Johnson's job. I mean, he hadn't been great at that job, but he wasn't, he didn't leave the Lakers in disrepair here. But ultimately, whether it was the way he quit or when he quit, I think he did quit because he didn't want to do it anymore. And that's based a lot on his history and what we know about Magic Johnson.
All right, moving forward, is Luke Walton going to keep his job?
I think it all depends on who the next, head of basketball operations is there. Right now, Rob Pelinka is taking on a bigger role. But I've been told there's nothing decided yet as far as who is going to be running the Lakers long term. I mean, everybody around the league that has an opinion on this says the Lakers need to go outside the organization to find somebody not within the Laker family. I mean, this is a team, Dan, with infinite resources. I mean, they can afford to pay like $20 million for an executive if they want to do that. If it means giving up a first-round pick for an executive, they can do that. I mean, they are well-equipped to go after the top guy. And look, I would make every phone call you have to make. I would try to get Sam Presti out of Oklahoma City. Sam Presti's built something there. He wouldn't be leaving Oklahoma City in a bad place because Paul George and Russell Westbrook are tied to long-term contracts. I would try Bob Myers. He's got the UCLA connection. This might be a good time for Bob Myers to move on with Kevin Durant potentially leaving and maybe having to overhaul that roster a little bit. I would even call R.C. Buford in San Antonio. Everybody out there kind of assumes that R.C. Buford is this San Antonio Spurs lifer. Has anybody even asked him to try to, if he wanted to run his own operation and try something new somewhere else with all the resources of the Lakers? I would go big game hunting if I was Jeannie Buss and not let money or draft consideration stop me from getting my guy.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.